My boyfriend lied to his parents and expects me to keep up with it.
Tell the truth.
Well, my boyfriend and I have been together for 4 years. We live across the country from his parents, so this Christmas is the first time I will actually be meeting them. They're hosting us at their house for 2 weeks. I'm super thrilled to meet his family. By the way, this comes from Grapes and Drapes. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So it will be his parents and 2 siblings that still live at home. He has met my parents quite a few times because they live in the same area as us. And he moved here for school about 10 years ago and loved it and found a job and stayed. Everything is going amazing. I love how these stories I love how these stories start because we know there's a fart coming right after. We moved in together 2 years ago and our relationship is just progressing naturally. We aren't really in a rush to try to move quickly or anything, but I will call it a very serious relationship. So anyway, yesterday we boarded our 6-hour flight. Seemed a little bit nervous and fidgety, but I know that he doesn't fly very much, so I attributed it to that and told him I was there for him if he needed anything, to comfort him and to let me know if I could do anything to calm his nerves.
Oh, God.
He said it was fine, and we were having a pretty good flight. Now, partway through the flight, he grabs my hand and tells me he wants to tell me something.
They're trapped on the plane. This is not good.
He tells me that his parents think that we are a fairly new relationship.
Okay.
They don't know that we live together. They don't know that he is close with my family. He told them that we met at work when in actuality we met at school years ago.
Ooh.
We had a lot of the same classes and met in school, but stayed friends for a long time. He tells me that they think he lives in an entirely different city. All right, really quick. Why do you think, what are your conspiracy theories on why he's lying?
Parents could be racist. I feel like we've seen that in a few stories
Racist
recently.
parents, all right?
Could be just snooty, super entitled parents, and they're like, oh, she is not classist, essentially.
Yep.
Like, oh,
Option
she is not of the proper grade and
I
Ivy
would
education.
like to add to our options, option 3.
Oh.
Religious parents.
Religious.
We don't want them, copulating before marriage.
Good one.
Katara Rain says, I didn't know it was snakes on a plane too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think it could be any of those options. Anything else we'd like to add?
Expectations. There's definitely parents have some sort of expectations on this guy.
Yeah.
And he's not meeting them whatsoever.
Yes, the classic, honestly, the classic spineless, you have the emotionally manipulative parents and then the spineless kid.
Yeah.
And they're not standing up and...
Maybe he's like, oh, my parents wouldn't like this girl, so
yeah,
I'm not gonna...
I think it could be it.
One of our friends wants me to go on. She thinks I would get along with this girl, and so she set us up. But I really think my mom would not. Just her look is like something my mom would not like at all.
I think this is. You might have mentioned this person in a different context.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He tells me that they think he lives in an entirely different city. He lied to them about what degree he has, and they think he has an entirely different job. He told me that a few white lies about making his parents happy so that they would keep sending him money during school snowballed into not knowing how to tell them, and he pretty much has a totally fake life in their eyes now. He told them that I work in the same field as his fake job, even though I don't. He gave them a totally random familial backstory on me. He really wants me to keep up appearances with the stories he told them over this holiday because he doesn't want to make a big scene and be embarrassed about having to lay it all out, and would prefer to wait until we get home again to tell them everything. So, is this a red flag or a green flag?
This is a very red flag.
Yeah.
He has literally lied about his whole life, your whole life, everything to his his entire life is a lie to his parents. The whole thing. I mean,
that's got to be the reddest flag out there, right?
Okay.
All right, Riley, right?
Go.
Stepping up and back
I'm
for him.
so curious to hear what you have to say.
Green flag. Because this is his way of earning an income. So he has to put up expectations in order to earn an
That's
income.
true.
His job is
you
lying.
get mad at a man with a job. You
You
know,
know, I can
just trying to
provide
make a
for the wife
living.
and the kids.
And he probably has another job. So what do you call that? Overemployed.
Yep.
So he has 2 full-time jobs.
You're telling me a man with 2 full-time jobs is not worth the time? Come on.
Dude, Ming Ming says black flag.
Wow.
That's it's kind of like the
pirate
darkest.
flag.
Yeah, the pirate flag.
I don't know. If this is your full-time job, let's say like you don't, for the whole year, you don't put any hours towards it. But then whenever the parents come, you have to put all your time and like makeshift everything. It's going to be 24 hours for a whole week, but like you just work a full week for a full-time salary?
Basically, you're like, this is passive income.
Yeah. So you just makeshift this whole life in order to get that.
D-Red says Riley is all about getting that paper. Amen, brother.
Got to make it happen. He's a provider, guys.
He's a provider. Well, let's see what this provider has in store for us, right? So I feel extremely uncomfortable with this, and I was honestly pretty shocked. I have said hello to his mom on speakerphone conversations, popped in for a Skype hellos when they were chatting, and honestly had no idea that he'd made up a huge story about us and me. I realize now I've only actually spoken to her in the last year, which is how long his family thinks we've been together. It makes me feel like I can't trust him.
You think?
You think? Dude, run. This is the biggest, like, not only is he lying to his parents and lying to you, he's asking you to be an accomplice.
Yeah.
He's asking you to maintain the lie.
Yep.
Don't do it. Do not become an accomplice in this buffoonery.
Yeah. We can't do that.
Stella says, huge red flag. He's literally a professional liar at this point. It sounds possibly compulsive. Yeah,
Great point.
possibly compulsive.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I can't trust him. He promised me that this is the only thing he's ever lied about, but that's like a billion things.
Yeah,
It's like, I've only lied about my whole life. It's just one thing.
I only hooked up with my affair partner 1,000 times, but it was one person.
It was one person.
only one
It's
person.
one thing. You're going to get mad about this one thing? He said he lied about it because he wanted his parents to be happy. I hate this reasoning.
Yeah.
You know how much we hate
yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah, we hate it.
When people say I'm lying to keep people happy, that is not the flex you think it is.
Nope.
You're just lying. It's not keeping anyone happy. Anyway, he said he lied about it because he wanted his parents to be happy with his decisions and wanted them to think he was making the choices they wanted for him. Would it be reasonable to assume that these are the only lies he has told and he hasn't fabricated anything up within our relationship? John?
No, he is absolutely told. I mean, again,
Not a chance.
this, and also like, again, he's told like 100 lies.
100 lies.
In what he said here. So it's like, absolutely there's other stuff. And also like just the way of him saying like, I like self-prompted, I promise this is the only thing I'm lying about. That's what a liar would say.
Yeah, exactly. A man is a professional. It's like being like, like Michael Jordan, he probably doesn't play basketball outside of the games.
Nope. Yeah.
No, man is practicing. Man
4
is
a.m.
practicing. 4 a.m. shooting free throws. He is not, right. Riley knows, right?
He's also gambling a lot.
What?
Michael Jordan loved to gamble.
Oh.
So he's competitive in every single nature.
Yeah, it bleeds into every part of your life.
Exactly.
Golf, poker,
Mm-hmm.
slots.
Beating children at basketball.
Exactly.
Michael Jordan beat children.
So it was like,
A 17-year-old kid.
yeah, it was like, I'll give you these shoes if I don't make it or something, or I don't win this game. And he like destroyed them or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
he wouldn't let the kids win. Like, and it was, like underprivileged kid or like a foster kids or something.
Yeah,
It's like,
stay
nah.
underprivileged.
And there was a 17-year-old being like, I'm better than Michael Jordan. I'm better than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan came out of retirement just to
Pulls
beat him.
up.
Actually,
and
that's
beat
pretty
him.
funny. That's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I'm that's sick. Anyway, also like I feel like for that 17-year-old, that's probably the coolest moment ever to play with Michael
for sure.
Jordan. Yeah,
Yeah.
come on. He never told me that they didn't know anything about us. He always made it seem like they did. He's lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure where to go from here or how to tell him that I don't want to do this. His parents paid for our tickets. Would the nice thing to do just be to close my mouth and let him sort this out on his own when we get home and just play along? I don't know what to do. We got here yesterday and everyone is fabulous, but so far I've just kept my mouth shut about everything. The first big family dinner is tonight where I expect most of the conversation will be about us and what we do, and it's going to come up and I'm not sure how to handle it. Relevant comments. We got an update. We're less than a quarter through this story, but Johnny Bahami, what do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. I think like if I was
Are you gonna be honest?
Yeah.
First time we've seen honesty appear in this story.
I've always lied every single time except for this moment on
All
the
right.
show.
Well, I'm glad that you're finally, coming into
Here
your
we
own
go.
here. This
Yeah,
is good.
OP's
This is
inspired.
good.
This guy has inspired me.
This is
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to be like OP anymore.
Exactly.
Or OP's significant
He's
other.
Boo.
Yep.
I think if I'm on the plane, I'm like, yes, I want to leave, but like you're going straight to the house. I'd be very conflicted between like I just want to like get away and need some time away to like process and like figure out what to do. But you're in this like really tricky scenario of like the whole family is expecting you there, and like you'll probably leave anyways, but it's a bit of a rock and a hard place situation. He tells you on the plane, like you're about to get there, you can't go anywhere for the whole plane ride.
I
like,
mean,
I guess you could book another plane.
you could
right
book a
after you
plane
land.
back. I
Yeah.
mean, what would I do in this? What would I do in this situation? I'm with my significant other. I just learned that they've lied. I would probably have intention to break up.
Yeah,
If I have enough money to book a plane back, I think I would.
I
book a plane
think
back.
that's the move.
I think I would book a plane
that's
back
the move. Yeah.
because I don't want to be an accomplice.
Nope.
But we got some relevant comments.
Here we go.
Peacocky Peacock says his parents paid for our tickets with a nice thing to do. Just close my mouth and let him sort this thing out when we get home and just play along. Why would continuing to lie to these people be the best way to repay them for your flights? OP response, I just meant that I don't want to be the reason there's a huge blowout, but something that I should be letting him keep between them, the people directly affected. I didn't mean I want to thank them by being a horrible person. And Groyer Ryan says, I don't think you can ever trust your boyfriend again.
That's it.
Exactly. T. He's lying because he's afraid to disappoint his parents. Heard. And there's no reason he wouldn't do the same to you. Amen. If he gets fired from his job, he might just pretend he's still going to work every day and never tell you. If he cheats on you, he'll never admit it. If he goes into debt, he'll keep it a secret and pretend everything is fine while it continues to get worse. He didn't tell you about the situation with his parents until the last minute when he had no other option except the option to come clean, which he didn't take. That's the level of truthfulness and integrity you can expect from him. He'll lie to you when it makes him look better or to cover for one of his previous lies, and he'll tell you the truth when he's all out of other options. And OP responds and says, ugh, it's really hard to swallow that. I see what you're saying. That though, and Groyer Ryan responds, I would be more understanding if his parents had impossible standards that he could never live up to, and he had to lie to them just to maintain his peace and sanity. But that's not the impression I'm getting. Sounds like he's been lying about a lot of things for a long time and still thinks he can get out of it by telling him more lies. I would tell him to come clean with his parents before dinner because you won't cover for him. If he does it and actually faces the consequences of the lies for once, maybe he can learn something from it and change his ways. And OP responds, yeah, that's true. And yes, his parents weren't expecting a surgeon or anything. They think he teaches, but he's an architect. It's still an awesome profession. He's an architect.
Yeah, this guy's a compulsive liar. Why would you have, and if it's a money thing, teachers like make less than architects, at least in America, like by a wide margin. So I don't get it. Maybe
weird.
they're like Ivy League like educator people.
Yeah, maybe, but
I don't know.
I feel like an architect is like the next most bookish thing you could do.
Yeah.
After a teacher. Yeah. Oh, Scylla says maybe he's not even an architect.
Ooh.
Have you followed him to work?
Great
Yeah,
point.
yeah. Where's your building at?
Where's your building? Yeah. Show me those designs.
It's on paper.
I think I'll have to tell him either he has to come clean or I'm answering honestly at Dizzer. And Jizzer says, yeah.
What does Jizzer say? I need to know.
Jizzer says, yeah, that's weird. I feel like most people think of an architect as being more prestigious than a teacher. And OP responds, exactly. Incredible Bulk, too, says, what I don't understand. What I don't understand is that the guy is an architect when his parents wanted him to be a teacher. How can he think so poorly of his parents who paid for his education to assume they wouldn't respect his choices? Unless they're crazy, strict, or abusive, I just don't understand why you would conceal so much. And OP responds, yeah, it's a fabulous job and he has wonderful parents. I'm sure they would be incredibly proud. His younger sister is a McDonald's manager and they treat her promotions as they would if she had made partner at a law firm. There's no way they would be disappointed. I feel so frustrated at him, and honestly, I feel betrayed for his parents. They paid his way. It's so frustrating to feel trapped in the situation. And we got an update.
It's all him. This is, I don't think it's the parents like, oh,
No.
they're like so crazy, manipulative. No, I think he's just an insanely impulsive liar, and he just needs to lie about everything to get his freaking rocks off.
Yeah, this guy, I don't know. I feel like OP is still talking from this place of like, oh, we're going to stay together.
Yes.
And I'm like, girl.
Hasn't mentioned like leaving the relationship, right?
Yeah, no. But we got an update.
Oh, God.
Update. So I decided to tell him that I won't be perpetuating the lies. Snaps to you, OP.
There we go.
But I won't outright say anything because I don't feel like it would be appropriate for me to be the reason everything blows up. I actually decided not to go to the first family dinner, and I'm unsure if I'm going to stay at this point. Okay, I think that's okay.
There we go.
But I don't really know what to do. I didn't pay for the ticket, so I feel horrible about seeming ungrateful, but I got a hotel for 3 nights just to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm still thinking because everything is just so intertwined and complicated. Our bank accounts, our rental agreement, etc. So apart from the fact that I want to make this relationship work because I love him, it's also not really simple enough for me to just break away and leave. Do you love him or do you love the lies that he's created?
Pretty little lies.
Pretty little lies.
From his pretty little eyes.
It's also not simple enough for me to break away and leave. I want this to work out for everyone and figure out how to help him tell his family before we leave. Anyway, I'm sorry for being so late in updating, but I will update again when I have a more concrete plan. His family is amazing, and I feel wretched about everything. And we got another update. But again, still, it feels like she's standing on business with this guy.
I have a thought.
Give me your thought, John.
So OP is like, I wanna help him come clean. I wanna I wanna fix him. Here's what I would do.
That always works, John.
It always works.
It always works.
I think there is a way to test if he's really down to like turn it on. I don't believe it, but I think there's a way to test.
Okay.
You say, I want this relationship to work.
Boom.
How would you go about what's your plan for completely coming clean to your parents and living an honest life moving forward? See first what he says.
Give him that chance.
Give him a chance. See first what he says, and then see what he does. Only if he is 100% self-motivated to actually do this, will he actually do it. And I think it'll be, as long as you take off the rose-tinted glasses, I think it'll be pretty clear if you can see if he's just stringing it along just to appease you, or if he's actually doing the work.
I think OP may find that he's not able to do the work, but I feel like that prescription is good just for OP.
Yes.
To actually see. I feel like their trust is kind of broken, and this guy seems like they're at least going to have to start from zero. I don't know if the relationship can survive, but I feel like this would be a great way for OP to kind of like test the relational waters and be like, is this the right thing for me?
Yeah.
So yeah, completely agree. I like John's method, but we got an update.
Let's get it.
I think we have come to what will hopefully be the start of a resolution.
I don't like it.
So I told his mom that I was so incredibly grateful for her generosity so far, even just one day into the trip. That's why I actually needed to take some time away and stay at a hotel for a few days because staying with her didn't feel right until we cleared up some serious personal issues that have come to light. I talked to my boyfriend and we decided on a plan. Tomorrow morning, his mom and dad are meeting us in a restaurant in the hotel. I offered to take them to brunch to discuss everything. I told him and his mom separately that I really want to be part of this family. And for that to happen, we all need to have a big conversation. Plan is, at brunch, my boyfriend is going to lay everything out on the table. I'm going to explain to them that I didn't even realize the lies that have been going on and I wasn't comfortable staying there and lying to their face. I just found out about this the day we landed. I wanted to make sure that my boyfriend resolved this with them because from the moment I found out, I felt horrible and wanted to get off on the right foot with them. We both wanted to make sure that my boyfriend came clean while we were there. When I was talking to my boyfriend, there was definitely some tears, and I think he's going to feel so much weight off his chest when he finally talk about this. I really don't think he wanted or intended for this to happen. I don't think he would have brought me here if he wasn't okay with the truth eventually coming out. I will definitely update when the conversation happens. Thank you so much for the advice and support, everyone. There's more relevant comments. And another update. I feel like OP is really moving forward with the whole forgive, forget, and move on.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if it can be that fast. I don't think it's like, I'm all for second chances. I do think people can change. I don't think it can change that quick. I think you gotta do the work.
Yeah. And plus the boyfriend's doing all the lying to make his, parents happy. Of course he's going to put on a show and lie to his parents to make you happy because he wants to keep you in his life.
Yeah.
So none of this is really coming from him.
It doesn't sit right with me yet. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Put your answers in the chat.
I would be less skeptical if he came up with this whole plan.
Yeah.
I would at least be less skeptical.
But yeah, like his plan was like, yeah, you're gonna lie for me, right? That's his plan.
And he said it on the like it was very much like, oh, I've kind of like trapped you into it, and so you don't have much time to think or move and react. It's so manipulative.
Yeah, no, and I think going back to what you said, like have him do it self-motivated. This feels like you're orchestrating it so it happens, which I think is the wrong move.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like I do think OP can make her boyfriend tell the truth. Mm-hmm. But like you said, I don't think it's going to be a self-motivated truth. I think it's going to be like trying to appease her. Yeah. And that's not coming from a good place.
Yes.
We got some relevant comments.
Ooh.
T. Fresca says, is this a cultural thing maybe? I know some ethnicities get so much crap from parents, kids, and they just learn to lie reflexively. Of course you should break up, but since you don't want to snoop on his actual life, is he likely lying about what he's lying about? Opie says, I don't think so, honestly. They're pretty secular, white bread Irish folk. I honestly couldn't see it being cultural, but maybe, I guess. I'm not sure what Irish people are normally like with their kids. Maybe, this is another comment, maybe the boyfriend is lying about being an architect. Ooh. I know for sure he's an architect. I'm not worried about that part, genuinely. He does a lot of work from our home office. Home office? We also hosted the Christmas party for his office the last 2 years, so I know his bosses and coworkers really well. Fired. Actors?
Dude.
I'm 100% positive they would have corrected me or not mentioned him during conversations and discussions about design projects. He's in a semi-senior role at his work, and I frequently stop by his office after work. We usually meet in the reception area to drive home. His office also has the same name and job title, project manager, on his door. Trust me, he couldn't be fabricating the career with me, so close. And our general relationship with the office. Not trying to argue with you or anything, as I'm sure there's other lives, but his career and our bills are totally kosher. There's no worries there. I'm an industrial designer and familiar enough with the career and worked in the field long enough that I would catch a lie about his work pretty instantly. My guess is that it's something to do with his parents funding him and assuming he has an education degree because that's what he told them he was taking for some reason. Whether he knew right away that wasn't what he was going to do or changed once he got to school, I honestly have no idea. We haven't had time. We hadn't met yet at that time. The reason is so strange and frustrating for me because he has a fabulous career. And we got update number 3 coming right up.
Let's do it.
It feels like so much to have to type out, so I'm going to try to condense it to be as straightforward and simple as possible. Basically, the brunch went really well.
Okay.
I was very impressed with my boyfriend. He was actually really forthcoming and laid pretty much everything out. He apologized to me and his parents, and he gave me an opportunity to tell them anything I wanted to tell them about my actual family and my actual life. They were really interested, and it was really refreshing to just start getting to know someone on an honest level. He basically came clean about absolutely everything, including some other personal stuff that I didn't even know about that he had told both myself and them. So there are more lies. He apologized and promised he was going to take steps to earn our trust back, including therapy. It really actually felt like it brought us closer together. His parents were quite hurt and initially upset, but I think it really did a lot for what they thought of me as a partner for their son and future daughter-in-law, which I'm really happy about. They were really supportive in the end and told him that basically at the end of the day, he is still loved and they just will have to start building the trust up again. I'm going to continue staying at their house now, and they will tell his siblings together. I actually ended up sitting down for a cup of tea at their place with his mom, and she did explain to me that she's going to talk to him privately about the pressure he might have felt to lie to them. I guess they realize now that they put more pressure on him than any of the other kids because he was originally going to follow in his dad's footsteps as an English teacher. She told me that she really likes me and she hopes it doesn't affect my view of their family or her son. And also she thanked me for pushing for honesty, and she can't wait for the opportunity to get closer to us. By the way, if you want to get closer to us,
Oh, God.
you should listen to full stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts and search OK Storytime and listen to hours and hours and over 2,000 plus episodes of nonstop beautiful content of us telling you crazy stories. So go over, search OK Storytime. Come on, go do it. But my boyfriend also seems so much more open to having conversations about coming back and having them come stay with us. It really worked out in the long run for me to not make any hasty decisions because I'm really happy with how this turned out. To me, it just seems like mistakes on both ends that culminated in really bad choices on his end. Thank you again, everyone, for the advice. It seems like OP took none of the advice that the internet gave.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it ended well, but I don't know if it actually ended. Like, I'm
She
just
talked to
not.
the boyfriend.
She what?
She talked to the boyfriend. She mentioned
Yeah,
it.
no,
She thought she was like, I'm just going to play along with it because they bought me a flight.
Yeah. Character development. I think this is good step.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think this is a great step.
Mhm.
I just don't think it's a. I don't know. I feel like OP is like brushing it under the rug too quickly.
Yeah, I think, and maybe it's one of those things where it's like, is it possible? Yeah, it's like a 0.1% like thing. If 1.1% chance of someone just kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna completely change. A born again, truther, a born again not liar, being like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna tell the truth and I'm gonna, is it possible? I think so, but it's a long
Unlikely.
shot. It's very unlikely. That's what I'll say about
Yeah,
that.
I'm just not entirely convinced, but I would love to know what you guys think in the comments.
They're both 28 also.
That's old.
Wow.
I was just surprised they're acting this way at this age.
Yeah, exactly. At
Yeah.
the old age.
Dude, two
of
28-year-olds?
Two 28-year-olds should know better. Oh, dude. Actually, dude, literally, like, hearing the word 28 sorry. Just hearing that number come out of my mouth just makes me.
If I knew two 28-year-olds,
Dude,
I
I
wouldn't
might.
anymore.
Yeah, dude, I might have to two 28-year-olds, mercy kill.
Oh, God.
But that is where that story ends.
But not where this episode ends.
No, because we got another story coming for you.
My girlfriend told me she's attracted to my brother. I was livid.
Step bro or real bro?
Oh, God. So, my girlfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years now, and she's the only girl I have ever dated. I love her so much, but she can be really insensitive sometimes, and I'm starting to think I might not be able to get over this one.
God.
So here's what happened.
Oh, jeez.
You can't get over it, but she got over it.
She's going to get on your brother in a
She got
second.
on
She's going
top
to
of
get
it.
all over your brother.
Oh, God. By the way, this comes from Throw RA a Deer 11. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So we were laying in bed talking about fantasies and stuff. Oh, God. I do not want to keep reading this.
No. I hate where this is going.
But I see you in the chat. And she started telling me about how she's always had this fantasy of being dominated by a really muscular, tall guy. At first, I didn't care. Hey, honestly, I saw this man drenched in soup in his underpants yesterday.
I was drenched.
What
True.
was that one story? I had a hard on.
What?
Remember the kitty being all over the mattress, the kitty wetness all over the mattress?
Oh, yeah.
And he said I had a hard on.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too, John.
I don't understand, but I'm
Well,
gonna
he was running around in his underwear, and I was like, I had a hard on. I was hard.
Right.
Wait, what did he?
You had a hard on when I was running in my underwear?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Not at work, right?
Oh, God.
Not at work.
Someone call the head of HR, Christian. Come clean up this mess. I was laughing about it and saying, well, sorry, I can't help you with that unless you're willing to give me a few years to hit the gym and see if I can pull it off. It didn't matter to me because it was just a fantasy, and it's not like I don't have any fantasies. Secure so far?
God, oh God. Yeah, but I see you. There's something coming.
Dude, there's an easy counter to this.
What is it?
You just start describing her sister or her mom.
Yeah, dude. She definitely has a mom. Everyone has a mom.
Going tit for tat. Emphasis on not the tat.
Oh boy.
But then she says, well, you can never be that. I'm talking about someone like your brother.
Oh! dagger to the heart.
My brother is like 6'5" and a former defensive lineman.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, this
man
is so bad.
This man is a building.
Oh my God.
This man is a building.
Oh no.
A brick house building this man is. So,
dude, this is so bad.
This is so bad.
This is so bad.
Bro, he said insensitive. This is straight like
man.
when firing squad.
Not
This is
a brother.
When she said that, I told her, excuse me, what's that supposed to mean?
You know what it means.
What else do you say to that?
I do.
Like,
oh God, I would. Oh,
could you imagine?
I have an okay story time, but
Oh no way!
Guys, you're gonna want to stick around to the end of the episode for this one.
I feel like I may have told this story.
Are we doing it now, or is this a little end of story treat? What do you think?
What's give us a little
It's short.
Give it to us.
So I had this ex, and we were talking about like past relationship mishaps, just like bad dates.
Yep.
And
A potentially fun topic.
yeah, and like I tell a story, and then she's like, "Oh, I have a crazy story." I went on a date with this guy, and he was talking up about like how his like his member is shaped in a certain way, and it always makes like girls come. And then she's like, "Yeah," and so when he came over, I came instantly, and that was the whole story. I'm like, why would you tell me that story?
There's the bar, everyone.
There it is.
Why would you tell me that story?
There it is.
There's nothing for me in that story.
So now it's either instant or no.
Yeah, she said it was shaped like a mushroom.
Dang.
And I'm like, they all are.
Really?
Ish.
She said, "Oh no, I meant it like body type wise. That's the body type I'm attracted to. How is this helping?"
This is not helping.
So I told her, "So you're saying you're more attracted to my brother than you are to me. This is just getting so much worse by the second." She said, "Well, yeah, but just physical attraction. You can't get mad at me for having a type."
Oh.
Obviously, I was livid when I heard that, but I didn't want to seem petty, so I ended that conversation. You don't have to seem petty.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. Also, okay, this next sentence. Keep in mind, I'm not short. I'm 6'1".
Yeah, man's tall.
Come on,
Man's tall.
dude.
But not built.
But he's not a building.
You're not looking like your brother.
not a wall.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not muscular, but I'm not too skinny either. So now my best friend thinks it's disrespectful and that I should break up with her. To be honest, my self-esteem is taking a big hit.
Yeah.
Yes. But is this really a good enough reason to break up with someone? Should I bring it up with her again and tell her how offended I am, or just let it go? We have an edit we're about to dive into, a couple edits and more. But just to quickly answer this, should we bring it up? What should we do here?
Should we break up? How long have we been together?
Should he bring it up? 2 years.
OP is 22, girlfriend is 20, and brother is 26.
Brother.
That adds context.
Yeah, I feel like you probably should talk to her about it if you want to stay in the relationship.
Definitely talk to her about it.
Maybe she's like doesn't understand social cues and doesn't understand why that would hurt.
It sounds like that's what it is, but dang.
But dang.
Yeah, I
maybe she so devalues physical attraction that it's like, yeah, obviously I'm more attracted to him because he's way hotter. But like, I don't really care that much about hotness.
But like, I don't know. Like they're talking about like I don't know. I feel like
It's
she's
pretty
into
whack.
it.
It's pretty whack.
I feel like she's into. Yeah,
I think it's a red flag for sure. I don't know if that would be a hard one to come back.
Yeah, and I think like to the question of like, should I bring it up? It's like, yes, you are very allowed to be hurt by that and be like, hey, I was hurt a lot by that. That's the bare minimum. I feel
think there is a world in which you can talk through this, but
yeah,
dang, I mean, like
I could see, it's so reasonable for him to be like, now like our intimacy is just clouded by that. Like,
I guess someone's got to just hit the gym and get some gains. And maybe some lifts.
Dude,
get some platform shoes.
Bro needs some creatine.
Bro needs creatine. Bro is gonna hit the iron church. He's gonna pump out the pain,
Oh God. Oh, he's gonna be pumping all right. Or brother is.
Oh.
But we haven't had
Oh,
it.
John. Rude.
We haven't had it. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh.
Hey, guys. So I didn't get to read all the comments. There's so many of them, I can imagine. But I feel like I've got to clarify this. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't really have a problem with her being attracted to a different body type. I'm attracted to a different body type than hers. And I also don't have any problems with her fantasy of her wanting to be dominated by said body type. I've got my own fantasies. My problem is her saying that it's with my brother. That is the most fair thing anyone's ever said on planet Earth.
Yeah.
OP's being, I think, totally secure in like all of the other.
Dude, I'm so glad I don't have a brother.
I always kind of wanted a brother.
I mean, I just because of this specific situation. This specific situation,
you gotta have a homie, bro.
is making me thankful I don't have a 6'4" muscular brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brothers are gonna turn into that.
Your little ones.
I'm the runt.
Oh,
I was 8 pounds 6 ounces. They were all like pushing 10 pounds when they were born.
that's crazy. How tall are they now?
Huh?
How tall are they now? Your little
Dude,
brothers?
Sawyer is taller than my mom. He's like 5'7" right now.
What percentile is that for his age?
For a 12-year-old, I have to look into that, but I think like maybe 85th percentile for sure.
But anyways, back to OP's tall problems. Edit number 2. After reading some of the comments, a lot of people seem to think that this will lead to her cheating with him. Honestly, I don't see that happening because she really hates cheaters. And even if she wanted to do it, there's no chance in heck that my brother does that.
Hey,
Shout out to brother, I guess. More relevant comments. Imagine if you told her you're attracted to her friend with bigger front airbags and a bigger butt. Or that she's not as attractive as your other friends, and then also tell her that she'll never be like that. She would be pissed as all heck and would give you crap, and rightfully so, because that is effed up. Good point. Put it in the other person's shoes. It's truly something how she'll tell you easily she's attracted to someone else physically more than you, her own boyfriend. It's also more hurtful how she said you can never be that and uses your brother as an example of what she's attracted to. Again, it's using the brother as an example.
that was the nail in the coffin.
It's demeaning. Even though it might sound like an honest comment from her, it's still insensitive of her to say that. There are things that people should just know not to say to others and or say out loud. If you love her and want to keep this relationship going, you have to sit her down and have an honest conversation about this.
Mhm.
Tell her that her insensitive comments, while sounding like harmless comments to her, actually hurt you and make you feel uncomfortable. Tell her that if you want to make comments about her, whether they're about her weight, looks, clothes, body, etc., she would feel uncomfortable and would not like it at all.
Yeah, put it in perspective.
Put it in perspective. Yeah, I agree with everything this commenter is saying right now. Just let her know this. Maybe she might understand if you show her that her comments can come off as hurtful and that sometimes she just needs to keep her words and comments to herself. If afterwards she still doesn't understand, then maybe you have to rethink your relationship with her. I think that's good. See how she reacts.
Yep.
That's a good point. Think about it. Will you really lower your self-esteem and confidence, hit rock bottom because of your girlfriend? No one deserves to be told that they'll never be what others are. Actually, that is such a good call out. It was that follow-up comment is like, oh, you'll never be that?
Yeah.
That
She literally
almost
just kept piling on. Too.
Yeah. And I think it's debatable that one's even worse.
Worse than the brother one?
Yeah, because it's like, hey, it's almost like saying you will never be what I am fully attracted to.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty messed up. That's a triple hit combo right there. That's a KO.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Find someone who respects you first and foremost and loves you for your traits that you possess now, as well as your flaws. Yeah. Your flaw of being 6'1".
Yeah.
Wow. Someone who can help you grow and develop as a person that has good character and a good heart. And OP responds to this comment. Thanks for the advice. I'll try this approach.
That was a quick response.
That was a quick response. This is the equivalent of you telling her you wish she looked more like your favorite corn stars. It ruins women's self-esteem in the same way she ruined yours. But when you know the person they're close to you, it hurts way more.
Yeah.
It's real. That's like real life. This isn't something you need to forgive if you find it intolerable to think about. I'd say to give it time for you to think it over, but don't be harsh on yourself if you can't move past it. Everyone has their limits. And we have an update poll. I want you to guess, not whether they should break up or not, but guess if they break up.
I think they're breaking up. I think they're breaking up.
I
hope they break up.
For some reason, something in me is saying that they're going to stay together for I don't know. My Reddit
Your Reddit
tingly senses are
I mean, it's just
tingling.
It's 2 years.
Yeah, it is 2
Over
years. It's a
comment.
while. But I feel like this is just so so insensitive.
It's and so far
And it's a triple hit. It's just like boom, boom, boom. She didn't hold up.
doesn't feel like she's remorseful.
No.
Her follow-up to like what are you saying? Basically like, hey, why are you saying this? Is like, oh no, it's just like something you'll never be. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks for making it 10 times worse.
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
triple hit, like you said. Yeah, people are basically, it looks like people are saying they're going to break up. I'm a holdout with my my 20% stay gang for now.
I mean, it is 2 years. I think they should have a conversation, but it's pretty unacceptable to say something like that. I don't think it's breakup worthy in itself, but I do think this shows a general disregard for your feelings. And I think if she doesn't show some kind of remorse, I think that like rudeness and that hurtfulness would come back again.
You've heard of the orange test, but have you heard of the linebacker brother test?
It's a test as old as time.
It's a tricky one. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got something even trickier this next update.
All right, let's hit it.
Hey guys, so it turns out I might have been overreacting a little bit.
What? I was not expecting that.
My girlfriend said I was overreacting.
Yeah, my girlfriend said I was overreacting, and she's now with my brother, and they're hanging out.
It's great.
People
Yeah.
say I'm just overreacting. Oh, I don't want to say anything. Even if I did, who am I? I'm just a scrawny 6'1" dude.
I sat her down yesterday and started telling her how uncomfortable I felt because of what she said, and explained to her that I was hurt because of what she said, because she knows how competitive my brother and I can be. At that point, if I'm being honest, I was fully prepared to break up with her if she didn't get it, especially because almost all of the comments on the first post were saying that this is a sign of disrespect.
True.
But she then said she didn't realize how messed up the comment she made was until after it happened, and she swears she's never even thought about him that way, and that she was just thinking of guys who had the body type she was talking about.
So you never had that thought before, but the second you had that thought, he popped in there.
Immediately. What's worse? He's the first guy that came to mind. All of her explanations make it worse, right?
I mean, of the terrible explanations that she's had, this one is the best in the arsenal.
Right.
But it's like saying, like, I don't know, the rubber bullet is the best thing to play. What's the thing? Russian roulette with. Yeah, it's like, it's still going to hurt.
It's still, you
don't want to put that on your temple. You might knock yourself out, give yourself brain damage.
Yeah.
True.
OP's got some CTE right now.
Yeah.
She also said that there's no other guy she'd rather be with, spicy sleep-wise or romantically. She seemed really remorseful about the whole thing, and even said that if I had said the same thing about one of her friends, it would have unalived her spirit, and she just kept apologizing, calling herself stupid and asking if I'm mad at her. So I told her to just forget about it, and I know she doesn't think before she speaks sometimes, and I'm glad to know that she didn't mean anything by it. Just real quick, I don't think you need to totally dismiss your
feelings.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm still kind of gonna need to get over it or process it, so I appreciate the remorse and everything, but like,
hey, you know what, she did come with an apology.
She did.
So that has to be lauded a little bit.
And I think it is possible that
we can recover,
and that she's being 100% genuine. I think it's possible.
Agreed.
Everything worked out for the best, and I've decided that I'm going to try to be less insecure from now on, and I'll also try to stop overreacting to stuff like that.
Again, it definitely wasn't an overreaction.
Yes. An overreaction would, I think, be like calling her names and being vicious. Like, you were beyond understanding. Let your feelings be free. Be free. Like, it's okay. You didn't do anything bad or destructive, I think.
It doesn't seem like it.
Thanks to everyone who gave me advice, especially the top comment from a previous post. Thanks for that helpful advice. And edit, I read some of the comments, and to all the people who think that she's lying and that she's going to cheat on me eventually, let me tell you this. I know for a fact that she was telling the truth. Okay, we've got some sort of super secret, source of truth. I can tell whenever she's lying. Okay. I can tell. That's it.
Just trust me, bro.
We've known each other for a long time, and she's not a very good liar, and I can safely say that she would never cheat on me. She's not that kind of person. Comment number 1. I'm happy for you, 1, sticking up for yourself, And 2, that your girlfriend acknowledges your feelings. And we have update number 2.
I think she did do a good thing by owning up to it. And he did a good thing by expressing his feelings. I just feel like the one thing I would like is not for him to be so apologetic about and say he's overreacting. Because I don't think anyone in chat or any of us believes what he did was an overreaction.
Scylla says he's entitled to his feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that it's a good thing and a very healthy thing in a relationship to not have, because I think the next time something like this happens, he's like, oh, I'm just overreacting and I shouldn't be. When he's being perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, I agreed.
You know?
Agreed.
But I'll also give it up to Liz Wentz comment in chat saying, let's see how it plays out.
Yeah.
We got another update.
All right, let's see.
We'll see if she continues her good streak, the girlfriend. Update number 2. So we made up like a week ago. Things kind of went back to normal for a while.
Uh-oh.
Until we got into a fight over my coworker texting at 4 a.m. It was work-related stuff. I'm new, so I asked her for some help, but she got really upset for some reason, even after I showed her the texts, and there was clearly nothing going on.
Is he projecting?
I think
she's projecting.
Oh.
I see you. She got mad and shouting at me, said I'm being very suspicious by not setting boundaries with my friends. When I told her she was overreacting, she flat out said, don't act like you didn't go crazy when I said I wanted to F your brother.
No! No, she said the silent part out loud. No.
Gotcha.
No.
You've been caught red-handed.
No.
And you know what? You know what?
She said it out loud.
You know what?
She was veiled before, but this is the truth.
I think that the way they had that initial conversation, she made him feel like he was overreacting because she said, don't act like you didn't go crazy, like that you overreacted, you know? Holy moly.
Dude, she is so projecting. Allie says she's a cheater. I don't want to go that far, but I also at the same part do. I want to go that far.
Let's go there. Okay, let's go there. All right. It honestly took me like a minute to process what she just said. I am so shocked. So, and I'm not proud of this, I got really mad too and said some nasty stuff about her, and she said some nasty stuff about me, and yeah, it's pretty much over.
Honestly, I think probably good. We called it. We
freaking called that,
I called
man.
it. You didn't call.
No. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
You called that the relationship.
I called it.
Yes.
I called it. John was like, they're staying together.
That's a weird feeling.
No way. Well, I guess you called it for the first update. Yeah. And then I called it for the third update.
No, I didn't believe it. You got that. You got that.
It's a happy ending. You know, you get the coworker and she gets your brother.
Oh God.
Bro, if that's what happens,
I'm going to be so sad.
Oh, man. So that was all 5 days ago. Still fresh. At first, I was just so pissed at her that I was glad she's gone, but now it's kind of hitting me that it's really over, and it's hard to believe because I always assumed we'd end up together. I never even imagined myself with someone else, so yeah, even though she really pissed me off and said some messed up stuff, I still wanted to be with her and really thought about fixing things.
Dude, she wants your brother.
We're thinking.
No.
He's going to hit the gym, you know, and do all this stuff. It was like, were you there when we read the story about the person who she liked this guy's fiance, so she started like dyeing her hair and like stealing her makeup and like all that stuff? Yeah, it's like, it goes down that route. But then yesterday, my brother's ex, she's a friend of a friend, I see her occasionally, told me that she noticed my girlfriend was flirty with my brother once at a party last year.
Do not tell me that the brother actually did something. Please don't tell me that. Please.
Now, to be honest, that ex isn't the most credible source. She's known for a lot of BS. And when I asked Josh about it, I believe his brother, he told me that's never happened and he would not lie about that. So either she's lying or he just didn't notice, which I think is still possible. Regardless of whether it is true or not, it just made me realize that I wouldn't be able to get it out of my head, and maybe it was a me problem. I'm not sure, but her attitude about it definitely didn't help. So even though it hurts, I blocked her, deleted all the pictures, and all of that stuff. I'm ready to start moving on. Life's kind of weird right now, but I just got employed recently, my first real job, and I'm excited for that, so I'm going to be okay. Again, I just wanted to thank everyone for the great advice. Thanks. And some relevant comments when I said I wanted to F your brother, so it was him, not just his body type.
Yep.
I'm honestly just wondering how the F you were supposed to set boundaries with your coworker when you're new. Yeah, it was
projecting.
What are you supposed to tell every girl at the office? Whoa, make sure you don't ever text me though. I've got a girlfriend, Buster.
That's like someone I know.
Huh? Oh my God. I know we met 3 days ago, but don't even think about it, Missy. Seriously, what the F? Sounds like she was trying to start a fight over nothing for the sake of it, to be honest. You are better off.
Whoa!
And we have a third update.
There's a third update.
There's a third update.
I wasn't prepared. I thought we were ending.
I thought
we
was
were at
it.
the end. Oh my God.
Are we ready?
My story senses are tingling. I feel like the brother and her have done something.
Now I'm afraid.
I'm a little afraid.
No, I'm afraid.
I'm hoping not.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Oh God.
Is it okay if I, 22 male, ask out my ex-girlfriend's best friend, 20 female? Plot mother freaking
Best
twist.
friend?
This is peak 20-year-old activity right here.
Short answer that I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Give yourself some time,
Give
brother.
yourself some time. Give yourself some space, dude. She's gonna be around there.
Yeah.
And that girl's gonna be around your brother. Oh.
So, hey guys. First of all, I just want to say that I'm not doing it to hurt my ex or anything like that. I'm just honestly so attracted to her friend. OP, that we got to chill a little bit.
You're a little late to the ball game here, man. That conversation was weeks ago.
Yeah. See, that was the rebuttal that you should have thrown in. Oh my God. My ex and I broke up about a month ago because she said she had some fantasy to be spicily dominated by my brother, to which she started a fight, and it kind of escalated from there. I've posted about it before. I realize this whole thing looks bad on my side, and that people will probably think I'm going to go out with her friend out of spite or just to make her jealous or something like that. But I swear that's not it. I really, really like this girl. She's funny as heck and really cute, and she watches football.
Football? That means she's probably going to be watching your brother, who's the defensive lineman, bro. You're just having girl after girl going after your brother.
She's like, oh, wait. John Smith, like, is your brother Rob Smith?
Whoa.
Of the Smith
defensive lineman?
From
I don't know if you know this, but I really like football. And you know what I love more than football? Football players.
Are you ready for this? They love football, right? He's like, hey, let's go to the bar and let's catch a game together. Pulls up to the bar.
Yep.
Whose jersey is she wearing?
His.
She's wearing the brother's jersey.
I can see it, dude. I can see it as clear as day.
Oh, God. So I've got a major crush on her. We've been texting constantly for 2 weeks, and I can tell she likes me too. She's being super flirty and calling me cute and stuff. I really want to go out with her, but at the same time, I don't want to be that guy.
Dude, you're going to be that guy. Do you have any indicator that she's into you? Because, like, you realize this is so risky.
Dude.
So risky.
You need to tell her, hey, like, you're my girlfriend's best friend. I just got out of a relationship. You're really cool, but, like, I think we need to.
If she's actually friends with your, if she's if she's best friends with your ex-girlfriend, if she goes out with you, then she is a terrible friend.
Yes.
To your ex-girlfriend. There's no way this ends in your favor.
Yeah, this is not a, Chris Redu says, do it.
I mean, sure, if you want to let the intrusive thoughts win.
Oh God, bro. As much as I disliked my ex, she still used to be an important person to me, so I'm not sure if I should do it or not. So I guess I'm on here to see what y'all think.
No, don't do it.
What would you do if you were in my shoes?
I wouldn't do it.
A quick edit. I also forgot to mention, she told me to keep a secret if we ever go out.
Oh, so she is into it.
Another
She
red
is
flag, by the
into
way.
it, but that's a red flag on her part.
Another freaking red flag.
I don't think I don't like, maybe you could do this and like get away with it, but I don't think it's going to be a fruitful relationship. She sounds toxic, but hey,
dude,
maybe a little toxic and crazy can be fun for a while.
Oh, God.
Until it blows up in your face.
Or blows something else.
All right. Hey, blows down.
The mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, just until she's ready to tell her friend, and we have another 4th update coming in the pipeline. Yeah,
OP is not making good choices.
This is bad.
This is bad.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad. I mean, this is bad.
If this is really real, and you tell her, hey, this is too much. I don't want to be that guy to the ex. Could use some space and I need some time. We need to give it a long time if this is going to happen. If it's really meant to happen.
Not a month after a 2-year relationship.
Month? Absolutely not. Get out. You cannot do that.
No.
I'm sorry. Sorry. But we have a 4th update.
Oh my God.
So
let's go.
My 22 male girlfriend.
No.
20 female. Is it the same 20 female?
You're joking.
We still don't know.
Got the riz.
There's still a 1% chance.
Oh my God.
My girlfriend and I have been together for almost 2 months, and she's still keeping our relationship a secret.
Oh, I bet that's very hot for you guys.
Hey guys, I'm back because I need some more advice. I broke up with my ex over 3 months ago, and it definitely wasn't a clean and healthy breakup. You don't say.
I don't think anything about what you've talked about has been clean or healthy.
No. We pretty much hate each other's guts now. I posted about it before. The problem is that my current girlfriend is my ex's best friend, BFF.
Messy.
So freaking messy.
Oh my God.
So when we first started dating, we figured it would be best to keep it under wraps for a while. General rule, if you have to lie about something you're doing, it's probably not a good thing, with the exception of like surprise gifts. Like
Jim and Pam had their office romance be a little private for the first 4 months.
You got me there. You got me there.
Got you.
But most times. That was a really great exception, though. We figured it was best to keep it under wraps for a while, especially because our breakup was only a month old at that point.
Oh my God.
Whenever we'd want to go out, we'd go somewhere far away so no one would see us. We'd almost only hang out at each other's places anyways. It also helped that everyone was quarantined. By the way, if you don't want to be driven crazy like I am right now by this insane story, or you know what, you do want to be driven crazy by some delicious piping hot tea, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the iHeart Podcast app and search OK Storytime. I got 2,000 episodes chock full of stories just like this.
But oh my God. OP, why are you doing this to yourself?
Why? This is peak 20-year-old behavior.
Peak 20-year-old. Yeah, agreed.
Peak stuff right here. Textbook. We successfully kept it a secret so far. In fact, the only one who knows is my brother.
Because he's right there in the middle.
Oh, man. And we had to tell him because he's also my roommate. I don't know why, that just still makes it worse.
Oh.
But now it's been 2 months, and the hiding that was fun at first is getting kind of annoying now. My girlfriend still doesn't want to tell anyone because she's afraid of losing her friend.
You have lost that friend, sweetheart.
Dude, this is already game over.
You have lost that friend. Oh my God.
Just like common sense here. Someone who is best friends with your ex probably shares a lot in common with her. Like I don't know. Not to say you should never do that, but I don't know.
Sticky icky, says Katie Paludin.
She seriously told me that we should wait until my ex gets a new boyfriend.
Like, that's going to be great.
How long is that going to take?
Until her brother finds her. His brother finds her.
You should introduce her to your brother. Oh.
So now I'm really bummed about the whole situation and honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do. Thanks again for the help,
bro.
Reddit.
You have screwed up so royally. First of all, you should have, breaking up girlfriend, good. Second, living with your brother, you know what? I think that's cool. But third, dating your ex-girlfriend's best friend. I don't know what you both were thinking. This is terrible. You've made a very bad choice, and it's gonna end in a pool of drama.
It's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be so bad.
Versus if you had just said, "Hey, let me get some time to like have some space." I feel like you would have eventually realized, like, okay, you know what? I just needed a little break.
Yeah.
I can give it more than 30 calendar days to before I jump into my
days, John.
next full committed girlfriend
30
relationship.
Days. Oh my God. But
Wow.
that is where that story and this episode ends.
Aw.
If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.